230 miles east of Australia in the middle of the Coral Sea. The expedition started here at Yeppoon, Queensland. When we arrived at Ross Creek, it was low tide. In fact, it was very low tide. Two of our crew, John Harding and, loading his gear, Ron Zangari. Crewman number 3, topskin diver, Bob Grounds. All the gear is checked and double-checked. Mistakes could prove fatal. Our transport was the fishing vessel River Song. The journey to Saumarez Reef had a single purpose: to survey the professional fishing potential, both above water and below. Our skipper was Wally Mueller, a professional fisherman. A gannet joins us. Our first stop will be Gannet Cay, and there it is, dead ahead. This is one of the few coral cays on the Swain Reefs. It will only be a brief stopover. Our destination is Saumarez Reef. As the sun rises higher, we're away. It's imperative that we arrive at Saumarez during the daylight hours. Treacherous surf makes anchoring a problem, and should a strong northerly wind be blowing, we won't be able to stop at all, and our long trip will be for nothing. A happy atmosphere prevails. We'll be the first people to skin dive in the tropical waters of Saumarez. Well, it shouldn't be long now. So Wally dons his lucky fishing cap and then proceeds to climb the rigging to the lookout. Saumarez Reef is completely submerged. Only the breaking surf marks this hazardous chain of reefs. There she is, dead ahead, Saumarez. And Ron Zangari, one of Queensland's top spear fishermen, gets his first look. Even in the best of weather, these white-capped breakers are a navigational hazard and are carefully avoided. One mistake and jagged coral awaits the unwary. Well, there's no northerly wind today, so we'll anchor near a long-forgotten victim of Saumarez Reef. We're about to inspect the wreck of the Preston Blair, an American Liberty ship, grounded near the end of World War II. She's now a ghost ship. An explosion hole in the bow, said to have been caused by a Japanese torpedo, allows us to enter. At the stern, a large bronze propeller, valuable from a salvage point of view. Ron enters through another explosion hole. The badly rusted hulk is dangerous now, so we tread warily. We're a long way from the Australian coastline. The Australian Armed Forces use her now for target practice. Actually, the wreck is owned by the Australian Air Force. A grim reminder of how close the war came to Australian shores. A magazine still full of explosive cannon shells. An Air Force practice bomb did this. Rumor has it that the captain ran her aground after receiving 2 torpedo hits, and in an effort to save his ship and to try and give her another fighting chance, he ran her onto Saumarez Reef. Up on the top, Wally tests the deck to see if it's solid enough to support our weight. In parts, the deck is rusted right through. A rusted stern gun, another grim reminder of the recent Pacific conflict. From the evidence we found that the Preston Blair was a true fighting ship. She must have been driven quite fast up onto Saumarez Reef. An empty deck magazine. If you want to learn to work the big gun, it's all here. Ron Zangari swats up just in case. The whole boat below contains thousands of live 20mm shells, the emplacement that once used them. U.S. helmets, long since used in combat, are worn by the visitors. Well, the sun is dropping, and we want to inspect more of Saumarez Reef from underwater, so we leave the wreck. The reef itself looks calm enough at the moment. A school of coral trout seen from the wreck. They look small in the crystal clear water from this height, but the average size is 20 pounds. It's back to the fishing survey and on with the diving gear. Over we go into the warm tropical waters. Another sea snake, an inquisitive creature with a deadly potential. Luckily, they're not inclined to attack normally. Our skipper, Wally, has had a lot of experience with these fellows. Just to demonstrate, he grabs this reptile by the tail. Still, I wouldn't annoy him if I were Wally. One bite, and he'd be dead in 60 seconds. He spots our cameraman, Ron, and he heads straight for the lens. His head, and notice that forked tongue, passes within inches of Ron's hands. Luckily, he's not in an attacking mood. He passes our camera. Notice his flat tail. These fellows can really move when they want to. Bob has speared a nice-sized trevally. Now this fish is great catching, great eating too, and has a strong flavored flesh. We'll have him for supper. Spider shells are plentiful, as no skin divers have been here before. Still at it, Bob bags a beautiful 60-pound dog-tooth tuna with a perfect paralyzing shot in the middle of the head. Don't leave him in the water, Bob. Get him into the boat. Nice catch. John has found a rare helmet shell, a beautiful specimen, which unfortunately failed to survive the rough trip home. Well, today, it's getting late and feeding time has arrived. You know what that means. We've decided for once to eat out of the water.